US President Donald Trump has arrived in Abu Dhabi for a state visit, receiving a formal welcome at the presidential airport by UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan and senior officials. Among those greeting the American leader were Deputy Ruler Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed and Foreign Minister Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed. As Trump's aircraft entered UAE space, it was ceremonially escorted by military jets. Meanwhile, during his visit to Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, US President Donald Trump has said that the current situation in Gaza is unacceptable, with citizens facing death. Trump mentioned having good ideas for Gaza and emphasized ongoing efforts to address the crisis, describing Gaza as a land of death and destruction for many years, with buildings collapsed and people living under rubble. Trump also announced Qatar's $9 billion investment in the base. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian pushed back against US President Donald Trump's criticism of Tehran, declaring that Iran would not yield to threats. Speaking in a televised address, he said attempts to intimidate Iran would not succeed and emphasized the country's willingness to stand its ground. Trump, during the U.S. Gulf Cooperation Council summit, said he was open to a deal with Iran, but insisted it must first end its support for terrorism, halt regional proxy conflicts, and permanently abandon any nuclear weapons. Meanwhile, U.S.-Iran nuclear negotiations in Oman concluded on Sunday without resolution, though both sides plan to continue talks. Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara has praised the U.S. decision to lift all sanctions on Syria as a historic and courageous move. He encouraged international investors to explore opportunities in various sectors across the country. The announcement followed a surprise meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Ahmed al-Shara in Saudi Arabia, where Trump also signaled a potential move toward normalizing ties with Damascus. The sanctions lift marks a significant political win for al-Shara, who has been working to consolidate power. Moving on to Baghdad, and Iraqi Foreign Minister Fuad Hussein has voiced Iraq's support for Egypt's plan to reconstruct Gaza and rejects the displacement of Palestinians. His remarks came during the Arab League's preparatory meeting in the Iraqi capital. Hussein underscored the need for Arab unity and reaffirmed that Palestine remains the central cause for the Arab world. He also proposed establishing a high-level ministerial committee aimed at narrowing political divides between Arab countries through diplomatic dialogue. Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul-Gheit has stated that the upcoming Arab summit in Baghdad on May 17th is exceptional. Abul-Gheit hopes the summit will foster a unified Arab stance to address escalating regional challenges, particularly the ongoing Israeli aggression against the Palestinians. He emphasized the summit's critical agenda, which includes urgent issues in Sudan, Yemen, Somalia, and Libya and Syria, urging a coordinated Arab effort to enhance collective security. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan has emphasized the need for a two-state solution and expressed Turkey's commitment to aid in Gaza's reconstruction after a ceasefire. Speaking in Antalya, Fidan called for diplomatic initiatives regarding Gaza and insisted on halting hostilities to allow humanitarian assistance. Also, he highlighted Syria's determination to combat Daesh and the importance of lifting sanctions for state rebuilding. He also supported Ukraine's territorial integrity and the necessity of dialogue for peace. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Russia is not engaging seriously in negotiations and expressed that peace talks are challenging. Speaking from Ankara in Turkey, Zelensky emphasized the necessity for an unconditional ceasefire and fair peace with security guarantees for Kyiv. Zelensky also noted that Putin had backed out of a meeting and warned of withdrawing from negotiations if hostilities persist.